what's the difference between AI and machine learning?
Okay, yeah. So if we think about it in terms of like, have you seen these like Russian dolls where there's like a doll inside a doll inside a doll? So they're all part of the same set of tools, but we can unravel these terms, and then as we go deeper, they become more specific. So we can think about AI as like the general all-encompassing term, which is like systems that can sort of make decisions like humans. And then we can sort of unwrap that one layer down into machine learning, which is like specific software systems that we train in order to solve a specific task using data.
When you question an equation into the computer, it also gives you the answer, but how does it do that?
Great question. So there's many complex stages involved, but at a very high level, what happens is it takes this equation and then converts it into a different format, which is kind of like a sentence. So it takes this like mathematical language and then converts it into a different kind of language, which is just like a representation of the equation. And then because we know the solution to that, so we can solve it by hand, we can find the solution. And then we train a model, so given like the transformed mathematical notation and the solution, and we show it like many combinations of the input and then the correct answer. And then after seeing this, what AI systems are really good at is recognizing patterns and recognizing the common things that you have to do in order to solve the equation, and without having to teach them how to do it. And so that's what makes a good AI system: understanding information, finding the patterns, and then being able to apply that knowledge to a new situation that it hasn't seen before.
What the self-driving car future looks like, and what are these AI technologies that enable that future?
These car companies have cameras on the roof of the car, and they're like taking photos of 360 view around the car. And then they take that data, so they take that both audio and visual information, and then they train AI models that can detect all the things. So maybe it can be like the lines on the road, it can be the traffic lights, the people. So they train models that can detect that. And they also train other models that maybe take in the sound and then try to figure out, how far away is the car on the right based on the sound of the engine, or how far away is something else. And then they combine information from all of these different inputs. And then every time the car has to make a decision, they take in all this information and try to make a decision. With self-driving cars, maybe we could try and eliminate that traffic problem by being able to, have these like networks of self-driving cars that transport people from place to place. So you don't have to own a car, but you can just call a car and it will arrive and be able to transport you to places. So it's effectively like an Uber system that has that is self-driving, and no one ever has to own a car.